In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 ways the Black culture has influenced American fashion. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1 on the list is the dashiki. The dashiki is one of the most popular symbols of African American culture. It's often worn during special occasions like homecoming or to show school spirit at football games. The dashiki originated in West Africa, specifically with the Mandinka people. The word dashiki itself means to put on or to wear. Originally, the dashiki was just a simple tunic worn by men, but over time it became more fitted with the addition of collars and buttons. One of the first times that the dashiki was worn in the United States was during the 1960s civil rights movement. This was a way for Black Americans to not only show their pride, but also distinguish themselves from the crowd. You may be asking yourself, why did they choose this particular garment to be representative of their culture? The answer is quite simple. The dashiki represents freedom of expression and individuality. Wearing the dashiki allows Black Americans to express their identity in a society that often tries to suppress it. And today, the dashiki remains a popular symbol of Black culture. Dashikis can be found in a variety of colors and patterns, each with its own unique meaning and significance. Overall, the dashiki is a powerful symbol of Black culture and identity and continues to be worn by people of all ages and backgrounds. Number 2 on the list is the afro. Yes, the afro is definitely a fashion statement. The afro is both a hairstyle and a clothing brand. The afro pick was invented by a Black hairdresser named Joseph Afridi in 1963. At the time, there weren't many tools available to help with creating afros, so he decided to invent one himself. He originally called his invention the Ultimate Liberator, and it consisted of a wide-toothed wooden comb with metal pins on the back. The purpose of these pins was to pull the hair taut while the teeth were used to separate the sections of hair, making it easier to manage. But in 1964, the name was changed to Afro Pick, and it quickly became a symbol of the Black Power movement. This tool allowed Black women to easily create voluminous afros, which were often seen as a symbol of Black pride and empowerment. In the 1970s, the Afro pick was further popularized by the rise of disco culture. It was the perfect tool for creating big, voluminous curls that were in style at the time. Today, the Afro pick remains a popular tool for creating afros and other curly hairstyles. There's even a clothing brand that was founded in 1983 called Afro Picks. This brand specializes in clothing and accessories for Black women, and they use their signature Afro Pick logo to represent their commitment to celebrating Black culture. Number 3 on the list is the bomber jacket. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the classic black leather bomber jacket. What you may not know is that the bomber jacket originated from military flight jackets worn by pilots during World War II. These jackets were designed to keep pilots warm in the cockpits of their planes, which were often unheated. However, after the war, the bomber jacket became a staple of American fashion. It was popularized by Hollywood icons like James Dean and Marlon Brando, as well as music legends like Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry. But it was also during this time period that Black musicians and actors began to incorporate the bomber jacket into their own personal style. One of the most iconic looks is the black leather bomber jacket, paired with a white t-shirt and blue jeans. This look was often copied by white Americans who wanted to emulate the cool, confident style of their Black counterparts. However, as the years went on, Black Americans began to put their own unique spin on the bomber jacket. They started pairing it with more colorful pieces and experimenting with different styles and fits. And today, the bomber jacket is a versatile piece that can be dressed up or down. It's a staple of many Black Americans' wardrobes. and it's often used as a way to make a statement. Number 4 on the list is the jumpsuit. The jumpsuit was invented by Canadian aviator and fashion designer George LaRose in 1919. However, it wasn't until the 1930s that the jumpsuit took off. This was when Hollywood began casting black actors in more prominent roles, and they often wore jumpsuits on the big screen. One of the most famous examples is Dorothy Dandridge in the 1954 film Carmen Jones. Her stunning gold lame jumpsuit in the film was one of the most talked about fashion moments of the year, but it was during the 1970s that the jumpsuit really came into its own. This was a time when black fashion designers like Anne Lowe and Stephen Burrows were gaining recognition for their innovative designs. Lowe's elegant black velvet jumpsuit is a prime example of this. It's sophisticated, stylish, and quintessentially black today. The jumpsuit is a staple of black fashion. It's a versatile piece that can be dressed up or down, and it's often used to make a statement. From casual everyday wear to red carpet events, the jumpsuit is a must-have for any fashion-forward black woman. And lastly, number 5, we have bandanas. The history of the bandana is a long and interesting one. While they are commonly associated with Mexican culture, the word bandana actually comes from the Hindi word bandana, which simply means wide cloth. Bandanas first became popular in the United States in the 19th century when they were worn by cowboys and other frontiersmen. They were originally used as sweat rags or headbands, but eventually became a fashion statement. In the early 20th century, bandanas were adopted by the hip-hop community and became a symbol of black culture. C was one of the first groups to popularize wearing bandanas as part of their signature look, and since then, they've been worn by countless black celebrities and influencers. Today, bandanas come in a variety of colors and patterns, but black bandanas are particularly popular. They're often worn as a way to show support for black causes or as a tribute to black history and culture. Black bandanas have been seen on the runways of high fashion shows and are often featured in black-owned fashion brands. They've truly become a versatile accessory that can be worn in a variety of ways. So that wraps up the list of 5 ways the black culture has influenced American fashion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, feel free to drop your own fashion history ideas down below.